Hi everyone. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to download Google Earth and install the Amazing Places map. Some of you may be watching this video on our YouTube channel, some people may see it on our Vimeo channel, and some people may be getting it on our website. Just to make sure everyone knows where the files are, the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to our website, which is fbramazingplaces.ca. Once there, just pick your language preference, and if you look in the main menu, you'll see the Google Earth symbol. If you hover over it, it actually says Google Earth. Just click on that, and it will redirect you to the Google Earth page. Scroll down to the bottom of that page, and you'll see two links, one for the Google Earth application and one for the Amazing Places map. Let's start by downloading the application. So just click Google Earth. That's going to redirect you to the Google Earth webpage. When you get there, you're going to see two options to click on. One is the free version of Google Earth, and one is the pro version. The free version is all we need to open the Amazing Places map. Once you click that button, let's go and download the desktop version, and then scroll down and click Download Google Earth. On this screen, you may or may not want this checkbox checked. It's basically asking you if you want Google Chrome, which is a web browser much like Firefox or Internet Explorer or Safari, installed at the same time that installs Google Earth. I don't, so I deselected that box, and then I'm going to click Agree and Download. Now I need to tell the computer where I want to save the file. I'm going to tell it to save it to my computer's desktop, and then click Save. And now I'm going to minimize the web browser, and Google Earth installer is on my desktop. I'm going to open the installer by double-clicking it, and then I'll have to wait a few seconds for the file to open. Now that the file is open, the installer is on the desktop, I just double-click Google Earth. This is going to let me know that I've downloaded an application from the internet, and it's just reminding me to make sure that it's from a safe source. It is from a safe source, so I'm going to click Open. And then finally, Google Earth opens. So we're halfway there. We've got the software loaded onto the machine, but we do not have the Amazing Places map yet. So let's close Google Earth for now, and close the installer, and go back to the Amazing Places website. Now we want to download the map document. Just click on the map document. It's going to ask me where I want to save it. I'd like to save it to my desktop, so I'm going to select desktop and then click Save. Now I'll minimize my web browser, and I can see that the map file, which is a KMZ file, is on my desktop. So I'm going to double click that map file, and Google Earth will automatically open and load the Amazing Places map. Now that the map's loaded, we really just need to know how to move around inside the map. And all the controls you need to do that are on the upper right-hand side of the screen. If you want to zoom in, you can hit the click the plus button or click the minus button. You can also drag the slider. If you want to move left or right, you can hit the left or right arrows in this multi-controller. Or if you want to move forward or backwards, you can hit the up and down arrows in the multi-controller. You can also just click on the map, and the hand logo will close to a fist and kind of grab the map, and then you can use your mouse to kind of move around inside the map. The last multi-controller is kind of like having a camera. This is where you control your tilt and your pan. So if you want to pan to the left, you hit the left arrow. Pan to the right, you hit the right arrow. And of course, to pan up, you hit the up arrow. And to pan down, you hit the down arrow. You can also kind of spin your view by grabbing the N for north and moving it around. If you don't like that view and you want to go back to what it originally was, you can just double click the N. So now that we know how to move around inside the map, let's go and check out one of these amazing places. So first thing, let's say we're going to Fundy National Park. I'm going to zoom in on the park, and let's go down and check out Goose River, which is on the border of the park. So I can zoom into Goose River and I kind of get a general idea of the lay of the land. One thing that I can do is give myself kind of a trail view. So just by clicking this person symbol and then dragging it and dropping it down on the beach in this case, it's going to give me the view of actually standing on the beach at Goose River. Once I'm in this ground level view, I can still move around inside the map by using the same tools that we were using before. If you want to exit the ground level view, you just click this button up on the upper right hand corner and it will return you to the regular overhead map view. I'm going to zoom out by sliding the slide bar to the minus side. The next most useful thing to point out with Google Earth is that it also gives you elevation data. So if there's a trail and you were trying to figure out how hard it's going to be to hike, one of the best things to do is just to go to that trail, hover over top of it, right click, and then scroll down to Show Elevation Profile. When you click that, the elevation profile will show up at the bottom of your screen, and you'll notice there'll be a great big red arrow on the map. If you scroll that arrow across the elevation profile, it basically shows you the elevation of that particular part of the trail. So for Goose River, we can see that we start at sea level and we climb to a peak of 225 meters. So this is a good way to try to figure out how hard your hike is going to be. If you want to leave elevation view, just click the X on the corner of the profile. The last thing that I wanted to point out is just the data that appears at the bottom of the screen. You'll see that it says image date, and this image was captured by a satellite in 2010. It also gives you the GPS coordinates, and those coordinates are for where the mouse is placed on the screen. It also shows you the elevation, so we know, for example, that this amazing place is located 148 meters above sea level. And this last field here is basically telling you how high the camera is. So right now we're looking at this area as though we're in a plane 8.75 kilometers above the Earth. If I zoomed out even further, you'd see that now we're looking at Fundy National Park from an elevation of about 20 kilometers. So that's a really quick and dirty run through Google Earth. The best way to get good with it is to download the file yourself and start playing with it.